Hey everyone, welcome back to Lumber Capital Log Yard. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I deal with a rotten log, and I actually picked out a perfect log for this example. Today I had Jade put it on the deck here. It's a pretty big log. I think it will be good to use as an example. Let's take a look at it quick here. I know that it can be hard to cut a log like this, and I kind of have a good technique for how I do it. That at least works for me. So here it is. You can see that the affected area is pretty large, but the log is pretty large, so we'll still get a good amount of lumber out of the edges here, but you can see a little bit of shake even up here. So the affected area is a little larger than just here what they have spray painted on here. Obviously we didn't pay the full price for a log like this. The board feet that are in it is going to be significantly less. The method is not going to be just your normal plane sawing that I'm going to use, because if you were just to cant up this log and plane saw it, a lot of the boards are going to be affected by this rot. We don't know how deep it goes. I mean, we can certainly guess, we can shove our finger up in there, but you never really know until you cut into a log what you're going to be getting into. Even with stuff like metal even, you can usually see stain, and that's a clear indicator of metal, but until you cut into it, you never really know. There's a lot of good ways to tell, but you never know until you try it. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna roll this sucker on and we're gonna start cutting into it. That was a workout. All right, I'm going to roll on this log now. I always say all right. All right. All right, let's get to cutting this log here. We'll make our first cut. We have a lot of room to work with just because of how large this log is. If you guys are wondering what the 60 painted on the end of this log means, it's the board footage of it. Yes, 60 is a very small number for quite a large log. That is because, of course, the rot and shake that we're seeing at the ends of this log here. All right, so now we have both sides of this log cut, or two sides at least, and it's actually at 20 right now. Of course, we need to cut it down more than that because a 20-inch wide board is a very wide board. We don't inventory that. But right now, what I usually do would set myself up for the dimension that I want my cant to be, so the width I want all my boards to be. But because I'm not normally plane sawing this how I normally would, I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently, and I'm not going to set myself up for a certain dimension because honestly I don't know what I'm quite going to be able to get out of this log. So I'm going to just leave it at 20, which is very large. I actually can't cut off any more flitches right now because this log is actually so large that it actually hardly fits through the mill. So I can't take off another flitch without not clearing my blade guide here. So I'm going to turn it, cut off both sides probably the both remaining sides before I decide quite what we're going to do with this log. So let's get to cutting these two sides off, and I'll see you here in a minute. All right, so you can see we've pretty much cut down to the rot on both sides. At this point, it's at 6 inches, so there's no point in throwing this out. We're gonna turn it and then get maybe a 2x6 or two 1x6s, whatever we want, off of this side. I don't know if we can get a piece off of this side. I mean, we can always try, no point and not. It's just one extra cut. If it's trash, it's trash. We're going to be throwing it away anyhow, right? So I'm going to go ahead, turn it, cut off, you know, the remaining good parts of this log, and then take a look at and see what's going on inside there once we get it cut open, because that's part of the fun part, right? Seeing all that rotten stuff once you chop it open. I mean, I've chopped logs open and it's been just like an explosion of stuff before. It's crazy. You never know what you're going to find inside a rotten log. This one is not going to be like that. I mean, it's just not that bad, but it still might be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to find out. As far as the cant goes, the part that was rotten here, you can see the end of it. It didn't go too far in, but you can see that's, I mean, enough to be an issue there. That's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time.